I'm not married yet. I'm pretty young to be married at. So we thought we were going to be online friends, but then we realized we live in the same area and we can be offline friends as well. So I ended up meeting strangers and I got friends with them. So I hope I'm audible and visible to you.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Alright, perfect. Right, so welcome to the session. As you already know my name is Tanishka and I'll be taking this session with you for today. So before we go ahead, can you tell me a little about yourself?
Yes, my name is Havisha Rathore, and I'm in class 6 and I'm 11 years old. Basically, I'm from Jaipur of Rajasthan, but my father is in defense and he's posted in Bangalore of Karnataka. So right now I am in Bangalore. In my leisure time, I love to swim and ride cycle. Apart from swimming and riding cycle, I also like to read spiritual books, and I also love to play role-playing games with my siblings. And my short-term plan
Hmm.
is to study well and get good marks. And my long-term plan is to help the people who are needy and less fortunate.
How are you planning to help them?
My mother says that if I become an IAS, then I will be able to I will be able to make such schemes for them to help them.
Right, so are you planning to be an IS or something else?
I'm planning to be an IAS. And ma'am, uh, are you in college right now or you have completed college?
Yeah, I'm in college right now.
Okay, so what do you want to become?
What do I want to become? Well, I personally want to be a psychologist, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. So, a
Okay.
psychologist is basically somebody who helps other people with their mental issues. So, like you go to a doctor for physical injuries, people come to me for their mental injuries, as in something related to the mind.
Okay.
Right. Hey, any other questions you have for me?
Yes, ma'am. What made you join in Clapingo?
What made me join Clapingo? Right. Okay. So I have been fluent in English for quite a long time since I was particularly, I think, around the ages of 10 or 11 years old only. Since then, I've been pretty fluent with English. I do a lot of public speaking and everything. So when I saw this platform where I can actually help other people do the same, I thought, why not join it? At that time, I was pretty free. I had a lot of time on my hand. So I wanted to use it judiciously. So I came on this platform and I started interacting with people. And I realized it's very fun to talk to different people every day. So since then, I've continued my journey in Clapham.
But ma'am, if you wanted to interact with people in English, you could do it on some other platform. Why only on Clap and Go?
Right. So while Clapping is not the only place where I interact with people, I do a lot of other things for different people, and I interact with other people in English around the world on different platforms. So this is not the only place where I do this thing. This is one of the platforms where I like to showcase what I have and help out people. But other than that, I do give classes in offline mode also. I do interact with people on a more professional level, like content writing and other such jobs, translations, content writing, transcriptions, these kind of things. So, yeah. Right. And what about you? What made you join Clapingo?
My mother told that this is a good platform for learning English, so I joined it.
Right. So, was that the only reason, or you were actually looking to upgrade your English or something like that? Because you seem to be pretty good for your level. So, why Clapingo then?
To improve my English.
Even more? Okay. Makes sense. Fair enough. Right. So, do you take tuition classes and everything? I'm assuming like you're like you said sixth standard, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So, how do you get time for clapping? I'm assuming you have other tuitions and swimming classes, as you mentioned, you like to do swimming and all those kind of activities.
Because of COVID-19 and my schools have stopped, I haven't started going to swimming classes, or I was not going to swimming classes. I was just swimming, and my father would teach me. And
Hmm.
now I like, but I yes, I go for riding cycle every day, and I don't. And I'm sorry to say, but your assuming is wrong. I don't go to any tuition.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. Right. So you do self study.
Yes.
Right. So what are your favorite subjects? What do you like to study the most?
I'm neutral with all the subjects.
Neutral with all the subjects. How come? So you score similar in all subjects?
In sixth standard, I've got my pure periodic test one.
Hmm. Right. So how is it going for you? Is there a subject you're more biased towards or still neutral about all subjects?
I like when it comes to, I like that, mm, oh, what can I say? I like all the subjects in some ways.
In some
Because
ways. Okay.
I like the maths period because the maths ma'am is very interesting, but not the subject matter much. And I
Oh.
like the science period because it's easy a bit.
Hmm. You like science because it's easy. Okay. Fair enough. Right. What about SST?
SST, of course, I like that too.
Fair enough. Right. And what's your sixth language? You're in sixth standard, right? So you must have like a third language.
Yes, I have a third language, which is Sanskrit.
Oh, you're reading Sanskrit. God, I used to hate that subject when I was in school. I hated Sanskrit. I used to score well in it, but I still hated it. I don't know why. Could be
Yes,
because I never used it anywhere. That's probably the reason. Hmm, fair enough. Right. So, do you like Sanskrit, by the way?
I'm neutral to, as I said, I'm neutral to a lot with all the subjects, so it's not like that I hate Sanskrit or
Right.
I love Sanskrit and all.
So, no hatred, no love for any subject. Just everything you have to study.
Hmm. Yes,
Right. Fair enough.
that whether I
Right.
like it or not, I just have to wait through if I don't like it, and if I liked it, I have to enjoy. But if
Hmm.
I'm normal, sometimes I may have to wait through when there are exams specifically because I have to read some books 10 times to learn them. That may be a bit wading through. But I like when it's new and not introduced to the chapter.
Hmm. Fair enough. That makes sense. Surely. Right. So, you said you do like to read spiritual books, you said, right? Was that what you
Yes,
said? Right. So, what do you like to read in spiritual books?
I enjoy reading Bhagavatam stories.
Sorry, come again. Can you pronounce it again? I didn't catch it.
I like to read Srimad Bhagavatam stories specifically.
Ah, okay. Bhagavatam stories. Fair enough. Makes sense. Fair enough.
And ma'am, what
You
is your
might.
favorite book? Ma'am, what is your favorite author and your book you're interested in?
Ah, right. So, God, I have a lot of favorite books because I read too much. So every month I have a different favorite book. Um, but yeah, currently one of my favorite books is Ikigai. Ikigai was written by a Japanese author, but it has been translated into English by a lot of other authors. So Ikigai is a good book. It talks about self-help and how to find a good track in your life and how to be peaceful with yourself. That's one. There is another book. There's another book which is called Godfather. It's by Mario Puzo. It's quite an old book, and there are movies on that book also. But I do like that book. It's a fictional book. It's more about American crime and mafia from I think around 90s, 1900s. So that's another book that I can reread all the time. So I enjoy that one. And as for spiritual books, I really like to read Devdutt Patnaik. He's one of my favorite authors when it comes to mythology and spirituality. He writes in very simple language and very well.
And what kind of spiritual books do you read?
Oh, right. Okay. So I like to read ancient mythology because I think ancient mythology, especially related to Hinduism, that's quite interesting. So I do like to read a lot on the Hindu mythology. There's an author called, his name is Devdutt Patnaik. He writes very well about mythology, like in a very simple language that's understandable to all. But personally, I prefer reading direct text. So, like reading Upanishads or the Gita or yeah, or the Ved directly, like the English translations of the main texts, like that, instead of reading a particular author. So that's there. But yeah, other than that, modern spirituality, I do enjoy reading a lot from Swami Vivekanand. He used to write very well about spirituality. So he has been one of the pioneers also for this. So I used to enjoy reading what he writes. So
I have
that's
a
it.
book what he wrote
Which one?
about meditation or something.
Yeah, makes sense. He wrote a very, I think, extensive text on meditation. His entire methodology of meditation is quite interesting. So that's that. His biography is also quite interesting. If you get a chance, you might want to read that. Right. Do you read biographies, by the way? Do you like to read biographies?
I hate reading biographies. I
Why?
never read
You don't like
biography.
about people?
I don't like to read biography of famous people. I hate reading that.
Why?
I don't find it anything interesting. Well, I never tried reading it, but by the look, I know we should not judge a book by its cover. But yes, well, my mother reads a biography about Abdul Kalam,
Hmm.
and I don't like to read it.
Wow. Abdul Kalam was like one of the very, very famous scientists of India. He has contributed a lot to science in India. His biography is actually interesting. I know the book doesn't look interesting, but his biography is honestly very interesting. His entire journey from childhood to adulthood is very interesting. Very inspiring, I would say. So that's that. Fair enough. Do you read fictional books?
I love to read fictional stories.
Makes sense. Right, okay. Right. Do you have more questions for me, by the way? I kept on asking. I thought you might also have questions to ask.
How did your day go?
How did my day go? Oh God. Right. So I had a very busy day. I didn't get time for myself today. I was working since around I think 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, and still I'm working only. I only got a
Sorry,
1 hour break.
sorry to interrupt you, ma'am, but what work were you doing?
What work was I doing? Oh God. Right. So my day started off with a couple of meetings that I had with a few people. They were related to something else apart from Clapingo. Right? Sorry, come again.
What kind of people?
So they're my colleagues from the other freelancing things that I do. So they are my colleagues from that place. So I had meetings with them. I had to arrange certain things with them. After that, scheduling was done. Then I had to take sessions on Clappingo, and then I had to take some private tuitions for psychology and English for 11th and 12th grade students. After that, I had lunch thing done. I mean, pretty much fixed with a friend. So I went to meet him. I came back home. Then I was working on another job that I'm doing. So I had a lot of translations and things like that to do. Once that was completed, I started taking sessions again. So that's why I've been busy all day.
Okay, in your whole um, day, did you? Not I would not say today's day. So, did you find leisure time yesterday?
Right. Okay. I don't really find leisure time as such on most days, but when I do, I like to watch Netflix and just relax. So that's something I enjoy doing. I like to watch a lot of anime and movies and series and that kind of stuff. So that's that.
What is your favorite food?
What is my favorite food? Right. So I really like cottage cheese. I enjoy eating cottage cheese in every and any form. So I do make
So,
cottage cheese at home also. So,
ma'am, are you a housemaker?
oh no, I'm not married. I'm not married yet. I'm pretty young to be married, I think. I'm
How
barely
many years
going.
old are you? How many years
I'm
old?
right, so yeah, too early to marry, I think.
Okay. So,
Right.
ma'am,
Mhm.
what is your favorite thing you love to watch on TV?
What's the favorite thing I love to watch? I don't watch TV actually. I prefer watching Netflix or maybe Prime, things like that, like OTT platforms, but not television. I don't really watch TV. I used to when I was your age. At that time, because OTT platforms were not there, so I used to enjoy TV at that time. But now I don't enjoy TV anymore.
So, Is was there any funny incident you which occurred recently with you?
Any funny incident recently? Well, God, adult life is boring, so you don't get a lot of funny incidents as such. So nothing special happened. I happened to make a few friends off the internet, and funnily enough, we realized that we actually live in the same area. So we thought we were going to be online friends, but then we realized we live in the same area and we can be offline friends as well. So I ended up meeting strangers and I got friends with them. So that's quite kind of funny because I didn't imagine that it would happen this way. But now we are very good friends. It happened very recently. I
What
think in
was
the
the
beginning
name
of.
of what was the name of your friend?
Oh, I think I can't say that. If I do, it will be recorded, and I'm sure my friend is not going to enjoy that.
Okay, so we cannot say the name of your friend.
Saw your name on my phone, yeah. 3 o'clock in the morning. We've been going and going. Back and forth cause we don't know better. And I thought we'd be different. Yeah, we were on to some good shit.